Hi, welcome back to day 28 of the craziest journey that you will ever hear about. I learned how to unlock DMT, which is the most powerful psychedelic on earth, and it has caused a permanent shift in how I connect with consciousness. But it's not just me. I have taught an ever growing number of people how to do this, and our lives have become the most bizarre but yet incredible adventures. We now have direct contact with non human intelligence on an almost daily basis. We're not talking about DMT entities, we're talking about something different. I am documenting this entire story and the things we have learned along the way as I go on a 40-day water only fast. I'm not doing this for weight loss, I'm doing it because I want you to take my story seriously. But for those who do wonder, I'm down 35 pounds. This is real. I am doing it. It is happening. And now we're going to dive even deeper today. So, yesterday we laid the foundation for what DMT is and why it is the key to unlocking higher levels of consciousness. But understanding DMT is one thing, experiencing it is something else entirely. So, today I'm going to teach you how to navigate the DMT realm, but how to enter it with intention and how to communicate with these beings that are inside of it and how to move through that space with clarity instead of confusion. It matters. It's important. It'll help save a lot of confusion. So, for those of you who've already experimented with DMT, you'll recognize some of these patterns. And for those of you who haven't, this might prepare somebody who ever wanted to try it for educational purposes or entertainment only. So, it is very important to have the right mindset. The most important thing you can do before a DMT experience is set your intention. Your mindset determines your experience. DMT doesn't just show you random things, it reflects some of your energy back to you. And that times can be overwhelming. And if you're not prepared, it's a lot. So understand why you're going in. Are you going to seek knowledge? Are you going to ask a question? Are you going for exploration? Are you going just for fun? Those are all fine. Just understand what your intent is going is. Take the time to think through that. This energy you bring in is a lot of times the energy you receive. So if you're going in with fear and chaos and doubt, don't do that. Especially since you're at first time, go in there with a peaceful mindset. Be in a safe space. Be around people that you love and you can trust. I find that using music to help tether you back to this space is really like something calm, rhythmic sounds, binaural beats, shamanic music. It serves as an anchor. It helps you navigate the experience with more control because you're kind of have this familiar tether back to reality. But while you're going back to space, there's still something you can latch onto if you need to. So, but there's some more advanced sound techniques. I'll talk about that stuff later. We found some really cool stuff. But there are two different experiences with this too: eyes open and eyes closed. One of the first things you should understand about this is they are massively different. So each provides a unique way of engaging with the space. Eyes closed is where you experience a full depth of the DMT space. Like your eyes are closed, the external world disappears completely, and your awareness is pulled into this hyperdimensional reality. It's actually, shit's real. So this is where you can travel, you can interact with these entities, you can receive downloads, explore entirely new realms because there's no boundaries. Eyes open is different. So it's fundamentally different. Instead of being fully immersed in another dimension, it is taking the space that you're currently in and shifts like the veil of it or the skin of it. Imagine my favorite experience was me being in my living room. Everything in there is mine, but when you look through it all it looks like is Simpsons cartoons. It was awesome. But that's kind of what we're talking about. It just manipulates what's around you, but you also can see stuff like geometry, energy fields, and multiple beings. That's very common. So the beings that we're dealing with on a daily basis that we're even talking about are eyes open. So why does this matter? So understanding the difference between of this stuff helps you control, especially how far deep you go, especially if you're going too deep. Like if you're going to break through and that's overwhelming, open your eyes. It really helps. So not all DMT experiences are full breakthroughs either. If you're familiar with that term, there's different levels. These different levels have different purposes. Some of them for personal healing, and you'll have more full contact experiences, or some others are just completely wild. So I personally like the sub breakthrough level. This is where you stay more grounded in your body, but you experience the visuals, the emotional release, the deep introspection. And this level is incredibly therapeutic in its healing. It allows you to work through some traumas. You can go through, gain clarity, work on personal challenges, experience euphoria, a ton of peace, a ton of love, a ton of love. But one of the biggest keys to working in these states of consciousness for personal growth is to focus on the things that feel like distractions. This is important. They are not random distractions. They are thought patterns that DMT is pushing into your awareness so that you can work through them. These are unresolved emotions. There could be people that you love, or they could be personal growth opportunities. Everything started to open up when I started to make those the focus of the experience. This is a huge key to my journey. It is as if a lot of those closed-eye visuals are crazy to distract you from the true path of enlightenment with these little trails of thought. But imagine walking through St. Peter's Basilica, searching for the truth, and being shown all of these incredible statues of art that is there. But the true path to salvation is in the janitor's closet. That's kind of what this is. It's forget all the flash and crazy stuff you'll see. It's the thoughts that it puts in your mind that are so important. And this is also the area where you'll start to feel separation from the physical world, but not fully break through. You can enter mystical landscapes, sacred geometry, and like we've been talking about, the eternal of these, all of these beings. Many people use this space for self-inquiry, downloads, all sorts of stuff. But the key here is engagement. When something feels like an unimportant thought or an irrelevant vision, lean into it. DMT is often presenting exactly what you need to see to evolve. And even if it doesn't make sense. But there's also the breakthrough, which is crazy. So there's this is where you completely departure from the physical reality and become one with that space. It's wild. A lot of times I feel like it's on those levels it's just showing off. But this is another just completely different level of experience. This is not where I would want anybody to go to on their first time. If you're ever doing it for your first time, make sure you do it safely with a guide, somebody who's experienced. But I wish I could tell you what it happens in these spaces, but the English language does not have the words to express what happens. It's incredible. So knowing these levels helps you kind of understand where you're at and what kind of experience you're having as you navigate it. This is important to just have this awareness of what's going on. So I personally prefer the sub breakthrough level for personal development and kind of working through what we've been working through. So that's where I can get the most done. I could have a full on conversation or we go for a walk. I mean, that's still completely manageable. So also in my experience, closed eye visuals are spontaneous and unpredictable. Not that there's anything to be worried about, but some people describe being able to direct their experience while others feel like they're passengers. I cannot do that. That varies widely, but that's just kind of a part of the mystery. It varies from person to person. So it is what it is. But the DMT realm is unlike anything else. And it is a tool that allows you to have an encounter with something beyond our normal reality. And it's incredible. And that, without a single shred of doubt, is real. And when you know how to navigate it properly, you can extract real knowledge like we have, engage with conscious beings like we are, and unlock deep truths about the nature of our existence, like we're doing every day. Tomorrow, we're going to dig even deeper. Now that you know how to navigate this space, we're going to break down exactly who these beings are, how they interact with us, and why they care about human consciousness and what's happening on Earth right now. If you think it's been wild so far, trust me, it's about to get even crazier. So we'll dig into those experiences more tomorrow. So I hope this resonates with you. I thank you so much for being along on this journey with me. I'm trying to get this information out and this story to the right people. Please share and like and comment. I'd love to hear your questions. I'd love to talk about this stuff. So feel free to ask me any questions. We'll spend some more time down this journey tomorrow. Much love. Talk to you then.